What's up, everyone? David here, Core Confidence, and today talking about 7 signs that she is sexually attracted to you. Something that I get a lot of questions about. Guys often lack awareness around this as well. So I want to help you identify 7 main signs, 7, count them 7, that will help you identify whether a girl is interested in you and sexually interested, which means there's attraction. When I say sexual attraction, it doesn't necessarily mean she's ready to sleep with you right then and there, but a huge part of attraction is sexual, right? Otherwise, if we don't have sexual attraction, then we stay inside what's called the friend zone, right? Which a lot of guys get stuck in. Of course, there's many types of attraction, but in order for a relationship to move forward, there has to be a sexual attraction there. Again, it doesn't mean you're going to sleep with each other right away at all, but that's part of human nature, right? Sexual attraction. So I'm going to be sharing these 7 tips with you today, these 7 things, and I'm excited to do that. And so make sure that you like, if you like this, you share. If you feel that somebody can be helped by this, or leave comments. Any that you've had happen, any that don't happen to you that you wish happened, all that kind of stuff. Okay, and at the end I'll have something extra to share with you in case you want to go further on this journey and accelerate your path. So again, David Hamilton, if you don't know me, with Core Confidence, I help successful men who are rocking it in their career, biz, other areas of life, but not so much in their love life to do that. And so let's get into this. 7 signs that she's sexually attracted to you. So the first one that is a surefire one most all the time is multiple eye contacts. Okay, multiple eye contacts. So girl looks at you, you got one eye contact. It could mean something, it might not. But if you see that she keeps making eye contact or looking over at you, and it's multiple even looks over, right? That is usually most definitely a sign that she is interested and or attracted to you, okay? And so a lot of times what happens with guys is they, because they don't believe in themselves enough, or maybe it hasn't happened enough, or maybe they did make some changes and they have, gotten more attractive in other ways, and whatever, maybe they're not trying so hard or putting all this needy energy out, they might still lack the awareness that, hey, they're getting attention from women. So it can kind of happen in this way where there's multiple eye contacts or looks, and the guy's like, who, me? There's somebody behind me? Is there's something wrong? Other than they're like being toilet paper hanging off your shoe, which has happened to me. And I thought a girl was checking me out, although she wasn't making eye contact. In the rare case that there's something way off, or you're wearing some super crazy costume, other than that, she's very likely, highly likely interested in you. And by the way, when we go through this list, what's really powerful is when these things are clustered, when there's more than one of these together. One of these could mean it, but when you see multiple together, that really means it, okay? So eye contact, multiple eye contact, looking over twice or more, okay? Now, of course, depending on how you respond, and if you are swirling or you get like overly excited and overly, oh my gosh, that can all end it very quickly, right? If you do what I call swirling or having this kind of needy behavior just because you're getting checked out by a woman that you find attractive, right? So sexual attraction or initial attraction can die very quickly for guys. It really can. It doesn't seem to work the same way the other way around for guys to women, but for women to guys, because so much of this stuff is vibe and behavioral, like I always talk about, okay? But we're going to stay focused on the 7 signs here. I'm just making sure I get my list here, okay? So you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. So that's number 1. Number 2 sign that she is sexually attracted to you is something called preening. Preening, P-R-E-E-N. What is preening? Preening is when women make adjustments to themselves as soon as a man that they find sexually attractive enters the room, enters their space, enters their area. So that could be they're all of a sudden they're playing with their hair. They start adjusting their clothes a little bit. They might pull their ears or their jewelry like this, or maybe even on their hands. But a lot of times it's up here. They might touch their neck a little bit, okay? That's all preening behavior. Now, guys' version of preening is usually suck on the abs, put out the chest, right? Look more manly, right? Maybe fix the hair a little bit, whatever. Totally been guilty of that. But women have these, there's preening on both sides of the equation, right? So it's something to look for. And what you want to watch for and notice is, you look and all of a sudden you look over and she sees you. So there's probably eye contact, and then boom, her hand's up here. Her hand's doing her hair, all of a sudden, or she's doing some work. She looks over and then she starts twirling her hair all of a sudden out of nowhere. If she was already doing it before, then it's really hard to tell, right? But if she was doing virtually nothing before and then it's like, right, this kind of stuff, then that's a sign of preening, okay? So 1, we have multiple eye contact. Number 2, we have preening. Number 3, pretty obvious one, usually, not for all guys, is touching. So this is usually when you're engaged in a conversation and, you say something and she touches you, or laughs and she touches you, right, in some way, and laughs and touches you. And it's almost like she's finding reasons to show you that she's attracted, but really it can be very subconscious. And some women are more touchers than others. It's true. It's very true. But it's a definite sign, right? It's pretty much a definite sign. Unless this woman touches everybody and everybody and everybody. But even a woman that, I'm trying to think of an example that might be a little more touchy-feely with people, she'll do it even more with the guy she's attracted to, okay? So that touchy-feeliness is the third one here. The fourth one is what I call hovering. So, and that also might be she's in proximity or closer proximity to you as well, right? So, and you may or may not be talking to her. It also could be, I might as well call this hovering / proximity, because you could be sitting at a cafe or a coffee shop and there's all these different places to sit, and there's open spaces and she comes and sits right next to you. That's a form of sitting down hovering. Or if you're standing in line for coffee, you notice that she's standing a little closer, that she's breaking that boundary of normal, right, distance. Now there's some cultural differences depending on that, or you can feel that she's kind of creeping up on you, or you have a little peripheral vision going on. Now, of course, if you're engaged in conversation and you're talking to people and it's almost like she's standing there, she might have a little bit of the, puppy dog eyes, I call them too, which is another sign we could throw in there, a bonus sign, we call it the 8th sign, puppy dog eyes. But she's kind of even doesn't really move away when you're talking, right? She's not moving away. She's kind of standing there. It's almost like she's waiting for something to happen, waiting for you to talk to her if you haven't talked to her, waiting for you to move things forward, to invite her into your life, right? These kinds of things, to invite her along to something, whatever, to ask her out, right? So that's all part of hovering in my book, okay? So we've got multiple eye contact, preening, touching, hovering, and 5th we have is amplified laughter. And if you like what you're hearing, smash the like button here. Make a comment if you resonate or have seen any of these with yourself, maybe with other guys, hopefully with yourself. If you've seen multiple eye contact, preening, touching, hovering, and then amplified laughter. So that's when you're saying stuff and hopefully you're a bit funny. And even if you're not too funny and she laughs, then that's really a sign. And she might laugh a little louder, a little longer, a little more frequently, or a lot more frequently, because she's attracted, and she may even be trying to show you that she likes you, right? And so this, I call it amplified laughter, not just laughter, because maybe she's a more laughy person, right? Or maybe she isn't a laughy person, and quite typically, so she is laughing because when that's the way gets attracted and wants to show you, right? So that amplified laughter can be a really powerful one as well. And again, these, together can be powerful. So the 6th one here is what I call down away eyes. So we have, right, number 1 was the multiple eye contact, but sometimes if a girl is more shy, she'll look like over and away, or down and away. So it's kind of like over here, and down there. Any combo of those is often can be a sign. And what can happen too, it's sort of like multiple eye contact or multiple glances. She may be attracted but shy, and so she'll look away as you look over, and so it's like you just barely catch it. She doesn't want to be seen because she's shy, but she's attracted. So it's not always so cut and dry that, oh, they're all going to make multiple eye contact. They're all going to preen. They're all going to touch you. They're all going to, right? Or they're all going to look with down away eyes, right? And it could be a combination that she'll make eye contact and look down and away. Okay, it could be that too. But there's times where it's like, oh, maybe it's overwhelming. Maybe she's so attracted to you that it really overwhelms her, right? As well. And that tends to be a more shy girl. More assertive girls, less so, right? So that's where this stuff gets interesting, right? Because not every type of girl is the same. And again, if you resonate with that, drop a comment, drop a like, any of these, right? Or if you've seen this, and I encourage you to just go out and start looking for these things, right? If you haven't been already. And then last but not least, number 7 is outright innuendo, okay? That means cracking jokes, being sexual and flirty, and even, innuendo type stuff. Where you're like, wow, I've done this before, where I'm like, wow, this is really great. This cold brew coffee is super rich and creamy. And she's like, creamy. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Creamy. What else is creamy? Like, I've had women say things like that. Right. And it's like very overt. You're like, whoa. And I was literally I wasn't trying to be flirty or innuendo. I just get descriptive with my language sometimes. Right. It could be anything. And some women will really, when they get turned on or whatever, they're more assertive. But even it's interesting because if you're able to, I've found with a shy girl and connect with her, that part can come out of her, right? That sexual part, that sexuality, right? That flirty sexuality, right? It's not about being disgusting or gross. Sometimes more masculine girls will be like, they'll be like, that's what she said, right? Yeah, that's what she said. And be able to do that pretty easily, that kind of thing. That's kind of a guy thing. But, could be, you're talking about food and you can see that she starts to light up and go, ooh, that would be really great. That would taste, that would be delicious, right? And she says it in a certain way, right? Yeah, I like delicious foods. Do you? I like things that are delicious, And she's like, and you're like, yep, right? All that stuff, right? So number 1, we got multiple eye contacts. Number 2, preening. Number 3, touching. Number 4, hovering or proximity. Number 5, amplified laughter. Number 6, down, away eyes, right? Could be down, away, or down and away. And number 7, outright innuendo. And again, if any of these resonate with you, if you've seen these, or you haven't seen these, just any feedback or comment, always love to hear from you guys. And so, yeah, so, that's what, and so if you want some extra help with this, successful guy, things are going good in other areas of life, career, business, etc. And this area of life isn't going so well. You lack the awareness, you lack the self-belief, you feel like you lack the skill sets, you want to be the guy that she chases, then drop a call in the comments below. We can have a little chat and see about setting up a call and seeing if or how I can help you out, right? Map out a plan, challenges, roadblocks, and hey, maybe it's a fit for us to work together, maybe not, but we'll talk about all that stuff. First, we need to know what your challenges are, what you want, talk about some appropriate steps, overall strategy, and all that, okay? And thanks so much for joining. Hope this stuff helps you guys out. And until next video.